Have you ever felt ignored by your children, wondering how to deal with their disrespect without losing your cool? You're not alone. In today's video, we'll be exploring a powerful 6-step method that can transform these delicate situations into opportunities for growth and understanding. You'll discover practical strategies that will not only help you regain your serenity, but also foster better communication with your children. So stay tuned until the end to learn how to navigate these challenges effectively and create a more harmonious family environment. Before we begin, I would greatly appreciate it if you could like this video, as it helps me continue spreading valuable lessons for the elderly. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on the bell so you never miss a new video. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If not, comment number 0 to let me know how I can improve. Now let's dive into the first step. Step 1. Keep your emotions in check. The first and perhaps most critical step in addressing situations where your children ignore or disrespect you is to master your emotional response. It's completely natural, even human, to feel a surge of anger, frustration, or hurt in these moments. After all, you've invested so much into your children, and their disregard can feel personal and upsetting. However, while these emotions are valid, allowing them to control your actions is rarely constructive. Reacting out of anger or frustration can often make the situation worse, leading to unnecessary conflict, communication breakdowns, or even increased tension in your relationship. That's why it's crucial to hit pause before responding. Taking a deep breath or stepping away for a moment to collect yourself can make a world of difference. When you give yourself space to calm down, you regain control over your reactions. This not only helps avoid escalation, but it also sends a clear message to your children. You're in charge of your emotions, and you won't be provoked into a hasty response. The ability to remain calm in the face of disrespect or defiance shows a level of maturity and strength that children will notice, even if they don't immediately acknowledge it. Over time, they may begin to reflect on their behavior and realize that their attempts to push boundaries or trigger emotional reactions from you aren't working as they intended. Your steadiness becomes a model of resilience and patience. Moreover, staying calm allows for clearer thinking. When we're angry, our judgment becomes clouded, and we might say or do things we later regret. An impulsive reaction, like shouting or making a harsh statement, can deepen the divide between you and your child, possibly hurting them emotionally and causing them to shut down or rebel further. Words spoken in anger often linger, leaving scars that take a long time to heal. On the other hand, when you manage your emotions effectively, you allow yourself to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. This leads to healthier, more productive conversations where real issues can be addressed without the cloud of frustration hanging over the interaction. Managing your emotions doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring how you feel. It's important to acknowledge your emotions honestly. Anger, disappointment, or frustration are all part of being a parent. However, constructively managing these feelings means you don't allow them to control your behavior. It's about learning how to channel those emotions into responses that foster understanding and growth, rather than further conflict. This is an important lesson not just for you, but for your children as well. By modeling how to handle strong emotions with grace and composure, you show them that it's possible to experience frustration or anger without letting it lead to destructive behavior. Children are constantly observing and learning from their parents. When they see you remain composed during challenging moments, they learn that self-control and emotional maturity are possible, even when things get tough. Over time, this example can have a profound impact on how they handle their own emotions. They may start to realize that staying calm, rather than reacting impulsively, leads to better outcomes. Your ability to maintain emotional control becomes a teaching tool, showing them that difficulties can be faced with maturity, respect, and clear thinking. In turn, this can positively influence their reactions to conflict. When children are met with calm responses instead of emotional outbursts, they are more likely to feel safe and understood, which can lead to more open and respectful dialogue. They may begin to approach you with greater respect, knowing that their behavior doesn't rattle you and that you are open to constructive communication. This shift can improve your overall relationship, creating an environment where trust and respect can flourish. As your children grow and encounter conflicts outside the home, with peers, teachers, or in future relationships, the lessons they've learned from your calm demeanor will continue to guide them. They'll understand that reacting impulsively only fuels problems, while staying calm and thinking things through leads to better resolutions. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you're with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Step 2. Show understanding without giving in. After you've taken the time to calm down and regain your emotional balance, it's essential to step back and assess the situation carefully. Instead of reacting immediately with authority, criticism, or frustration, shift your focus toward truly observing what's happening. This pause gives you the chance to evaluate the context of your children's behavior, recognizing that what you see on the surface may not reflect the full picture. Children often act out not because they want to cause trouble, but because they're struggling with deeper, unexpressed emotions like fear, insecurity, or stress. By taking the time to consider what might be motivating their actions, you can move beyond simply responding to the behavior and start addressing the emotions that are driving it. It's important to remember that showing understanding and empathy doesn't mean condoning or tolerating disrespectful behavior. In this context, empathy means acknowledging that there might be underlying issues fueling your children's actions, issues they might not yet have the words to express. When you approach the situation with empathy, you're showing that you're willing to listen and understand where they're coming from. This is a crucial part of fostering a more constructive, open dialogue with your children. However, empathy must be balanced with firmness. Showing understanding doesn't mean surrendering control or authority. Rather, it creates a space where your children feel safe to express themselves without the fear of immediate judgment. This isn't a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength in your role as a parent who seeks to build a bridge of communication. When children feel that their emotions and perspectives are valued, they're more likely to trust you with their true feelings, leading to more honest and effective conversations. This approach also encourages children to open up and share their internal experiences. Often the behaviors we see are just the tip of the iceberg. There may be complex emotions driving those actions. By showing that you're willing to understand, you allow your children to feel supported as they work through their feelings. This can be particularly important during difficult times when children may feel overwhelmed or are unable to express what they're going through clearly. Showing understanding positions you as a parent who is interested in addressing the root cause of the problem, not just the surface-level symptoms. By addressing the deeper emotional drivers behind their behavior, you're not just seeking quick fixes or punishments. Instead, you're working to resolve the underlying issues that could prevent future conflicts. Over time, this approach builds a stronger, more trusting relationship where children feel safe coming to you with their problems, knowing they'll be met with compassion and understanding rather than immediate judgment or criticism. This process of showing empathy while maintaining firm boundaries helps set the stage for a healthier, more balanced parent-child relationship. It teaches your children that while their actions have consequences, their emotions are valid and deserving of attention. They'll learn that they can approach you with honesty, knowing that you'll hold them accountable for their behavior and help them navigate the complex emotions behind it. Understanding the root of the behavior, rather than merely reacting to the surface, allows you to guide your children toward better emotional regulation and problem-solving skills. This approach fosters mutual respect and lays the groundwork for more meaningful connections within the family. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're still with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Step 3. Set clear boundaries calmly. It's important to remember that even when you approach situations with understanding and patience, setting clear and consistent boundaries is a non-negotiable part of effective parenting. Boundaries serve as a guide for children, helping them navigate acceptable and unacceptable behavior. When you discuss these limits, it's crucial to remain calm, composed, and clear. Simply mentioning the boundaries once isn't enough. Repetition and consistency are key to ensuring they're understood and respected. When explaining boundaries, it's equally important to define the consequences of crossing them. However, this should be done in a non-threatening, non-argumentative tone. There's no need to raise your voice or use authoritative language. Instead, you should be firm but calm, assertive but composed. This approach avoids unnecessary tension or emotional confrontation, which could lead to power struggles or resentment. Children will begin to see boundaries as a natural part of life, rather than arbitrary rules imposed in moments of frustration or anger. Boundaries are vital for giving children structure and a sense of security. They need a framework within which they can operate. Without clear boundaries, children may feel confused or unsure of what's expected of them, which can lead to anxiety or acting out in search of limits. At the same time, the boundaries must strike a delicate balance. Too rigid, and children may feel stifled or controlled. Too lenient, and they may feel that their behavior has no consequences. Finding this balance is key. Boundaries should be firm but fair, giving children the freedom to explore and learn while ensuring they understand that their actions have consequences. How you communicate the consequences of boundary violations is just as important as the boundaries themselves. When a child crosses a boundary, responding with calmness and consistency helps them understand that consequences aren't punishments delivered in anger. They're the natural outcomes of their choices. This teaches them a valuable life lesson that every action they take has an effect. For example, if a child disrespects a rule, calmly explaining the consequence, such as a loss of privilege or another form of discipline, helps them link cause and effect. This method avoids the feeling of being unfairly treated, which can arise when boundaries and consequences are enforced inconsistently or emotionally. Consistent enforcement of boundaries not only benefits children in the short term by helping them navigate their current environment, but also prepares them for the realities of the world beyond the home. Life outside the family unit operates on the same principle. Actions lead to consequences, whether rewards or repercussions. By internalizing this connection early on, children are better equipped to handle the complexities of social interactions, school environments, and eventually, the workplace. Moreover, setting clear boundaries encourages children to develop a strong sense of self-discipline and responsibility. When they know what's expected of them and understand the consequences of their actions, they're more likely to regulate their behavior. This self-regulation is a crucial skill that will serve them throughout their lives, helping them make better decisions, resist temptations, and manage their impulses effectively. In the long run, clear and consistent boundaries foster a healthier parent-child relationship. Children may initially push against these boundaries, as testing limits is a natural part of development, but they will eventually come to appreciate the structure and guidance that boundaries provide. This creates a dynamic of trust and mutual respect. When children know that boundaries are set out of care and that consequences are fair and reasonable, they're more likely to respect the rules and the parents who enforce them. Over time, this trust forms the foundation for open communication and stronger bonds between parents and children. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're still with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Step 4. Set the example. You want to see children are remarkably perceptive and tend to absorb life's lessons more from observing their parents and caregivers than from direct instructions. Research has consistently shown that children learn better through example rather than through words alone. This truth underscores the importance of modeling the behaviors and values you want to instill in your children. If you want respect from them, it's essential that you consistently demonstrate respect in your interactions with both them and others. If you desire them to be attentive and listen to your guidance, you must first show that you are genuinely willing to listen to their thoughts and feelings. In every household, moments of tension and conflict arise. How you handle these situations presents a valuable teaching opportunity. Children are keen observers, watching closely to see how you react during stressful times. Whether it's a disagreement with a partner, a challenging situation at work, or an unexpected family crisis. Your responses provide a living lesson, demonstrating calmness, patience, and conflict resolution skills teaches your children how to navigate difficult situations without resorting to anger or frustration. Being a good example doesn't require perfection, but rather a commitment to consistency and authenticity in your actions. Children quickly notice inconsistencies between what you say and what you do. For example, if you advocate for honesty but they catch you in a lie, it undermines your credibility. However, when they observe you practicing the principles you espouse, whether it's integrity, kindness, or responsibility, they will develop a deeper trust in you. This trust is crucial, as it establishes a safe space for open communication, encouraging them to approach you with their thoughts, concerns, and questions. Consider how your actions communicate your values. If you want your children to value listening, make a point to be present when they speak. Show genuine interest in their lives by asking questions and engaging in conversations about their interests, dreams, and struggles. When they share their experiences, listen attentively, validate their feelings, and respond thoughtfully. This reinforces the importance of listening and strengthens the bond of trust between you. Respect is another critical value to instill in children. If you expect them to treat others with respect, even during disagreements, you must model this behavior in your interactions with them. During conflict, instead of raising your voice or dismissing their opinions, engage in respectful dialogue. Acknowledge their perspective, even if you disagree, and express your viewpoint calmly. This teaches them that differing opinions don't have to lead to disrespectful behavior. The example you set extends beyond the home. It will influence how your children relate to others, whether with peers, teachers, or future colleagues and partners. The values they internalize from you will guide their interactions, teaching them to treat others with kindness and respect, while understanding the importance of empathy and cooperation. Conversely, if they witness negative behaviors, such as anger, disrespect, or dishonesty, they may come to view these traits as acceptable, impacting their future relationships. Step 5. Create moments of connection outside of conflict. While addressing disrespectful behavior is important, it's equally vital to cultivate a strong, positive relationship with your children outside of conflict situations. This proactive approach can significantly impact your family dynamics, fostering a sense of security and respect that extends beyond moments of disagreement. To achieve this, consider setting aside dedicated time for quality interactions, free from distractions like phones or television. Focus entirely on engaging with your children, allowing for open dialogue and mutual understanding. Whether it's casual conversations during dinner, one-on-one outings to a favorite park, or shared hobbies, these moments can create a rich tapestry of memories that reinforce your bond. In these interactions, it's important not only to talk but also to listen actively. Encourage your children to express their thoughts, feelings, and concerns, and make a conscious effort to validate their emotions. This practice enhances communication and teaches them the value of empathy and understanding. When children feel heard and acknowledged, they are more likely to reciprocate respect in their interactions with you and others. Participating in activities together, whether it's playing sports, crafting, cooking, or simply going for walks, can strengthen your emotional connection. Shared experiences lay the foundation for deeper conversations, building a sense of teamwork and collaboration. These fun moments allow both you and your children to let your guard down, fostering a sense of comfort and closeness. This positive atmosphere can reduce the frequency and intensity of conflicts, making it easier to navigate disagreements when they arise. As you create these moments of connection, you are not just building a relationship, you are establishing a foundation of trust and affection that will carry through life's ups and downs. Children who feel cherished and accepted are more likely to exhibit respect and consideration, even during challenging times. The emotional security that comes from a strong parent-child bond serves as a protective factor, encouraging children to approach conflicts with a mindset of cooperation rather than confrontation. Step 6. Give them space to reflect. After addressing the situation calmly and establishing clear, firm boundaries, It's important to give your children the opportunity to reflect on their behavior. This pause allows them to process what has been discussed without the pressure of immediate feedback or reaction. Personal growth, especially when it comes to understanding complex emotions like respect and accountability, often unfolds gradually. Providing space for reflection creates a nurturing environment where your children can consider their actions thoughtfully. Encourage them to reflect on the impact of their behavior, not just on themselves but on others as well. This self-reflection is invaluable, as it helps them understand the consequences of their actions and fosters a deeper comprehension of the values you're trying to instill. When children are pressured to change their behavior quickly, they may become defensive or resistant, making it less likely that they will internalize the lesson. Allowing them to reflect at their own pace encourages a more authentic engagement with the concepts of respect and responsibility. Reflection also provides an opportunity for children to practice self-assessment, a crucial skill for personal development. By analyzing their actions in light of your discussions, they begin to see why the boundaries you set matter. This process promotes a sense of ownership over their behavior, helping them understand that it's not just about following rules but about internalizing the principles behind them. As your children reflect on their actions, you may notice them grappling with their thoughts and feelings. This is a normal part of the maturation process and signals that they're beginning to understand the complexities of their emotions and the moral implications of their choices. By allowing them to navigate this process without interference, you show trust in their ability to learn and grow. Encourage open dialogue during this time, asking open-ended questions to prompt further exploration, such as, "What do you think about how things went down?" Or, "How do you think your actions affected others?" These questions can spark meaningful conversations that help them articulate their feelings and gain insights into their behavior. Ultimately, the goal of allowing space for reflection is to cultivate self-awareness that goes beyond mere rule compliance. This self-awareness empowers children to approach future situations with greater insight, empathy, and consideration for others. With the right support and encouragement, the lessons learned during this reflective period will take root more deeply over time, helping your children develop a stronger moral compass and a clearer understanding of respect in their interactions with others. Additionally, it's essential to recognize and celebrate the progress your children make. As parents, it's easy to become focused on correcting negative behaviors or pointing out areas where our children need improvement. However, to nurture a more positive and balanced dynamic, it's important to take the time to notice even the smallest positive changes. Whether it's a kind gesture they made, an improvement in their attitude, or a situation they handled better than before, acknowledging these moments is crucial. A simple comment like, "I noticed how you stayed calm when your sister took your toy today. That shows a lot of maturity," can have a profound effect. Praise doesn't need to be grand. It simply needs to be sincere. Positive reinforcement motivates them to continue with good behavior, while also strengthening their self-esteem and fostering a healthier emotional outlook. Equally important is your willingness to show vulnerability and admit when you've made a mistake. Too often we feel the need to project infallibility as parents, but the truth is, admitting when we've overreacted or mishandled a situation shows our children that growth is a continuous process for everyone. Apologizing when appropriate doesn't diminish your authority. On the contrary, it humanizes you and demonstrates accountability. When they see you owning up to your mistakes, they learn that making errors is part of the learning journey. This teaches them humility, self-reflection, and the importance of making amends, all critical life skills. Finally, always keep a long-term perspective in mind. Family relationships, like all meaningful connections, evolve gradually. Real and lasting change doesn't happen in a single conversation or even a few weeks. It's the result of sustained effort over time. Each small step toward understanding, patience, and respect builds a more solid and lasting relationship. So, don't be discouraged if progress seems slow or if setbacks occur. Every act of patience, every moment of calm reflection, and every small victory contribute to the foundation of a stronger bond. With consistency, the benefits of your efforts will become apparent, and over time, you will witness the profound impact of these changes in your family dynamics. By incorporating these strategies alongside the 6 steps you've already learned, you're better equipped to handle the daily challenges of parenting with serenity and confidence. Your journey toward building a harmonious family environment is ongoing, and with every effort you make, you are laying the groundwork for a home founded on mutual respect, understanding, and lasting connection. So, how do you react when your children show disrespect? Now, with the tools you've gained, you can manage these moments with greater calm and emotional intelligence. By staying composed, showing empathy without compromising your boundaries, and maintaining clear expectations, you're not only improving your relationship with them, but also guiding them toward a more respectful, responsible, and conscious path. Patience, communication, and mutual respect will bring transformative changes into your family life. Thank you for joining us as we explored these essential steps for handling disrespect from your children with calmness and understanding. We hope you've gained valuable insights and practical strategies to improve your family dynamics. What have you learned so far? We'd love to hear from you. Please comment below with one key takeaway you plan to practice in your life. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable content on parenting and personal growth. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video.